Kobbie Mainoo had his first Premier League debut start for the Manchester United team, and he obviously looked immaculate. He was magnificent, exquisite passing. He went ahead to obviously block very many balls and attacks from Everton, and this has gone ahead to result into the Manchester United legends coming out and obviously giving him his flowers. Then the other guy is Bruno Fernandez. His captain on the pitch has gone ahead and obviously hailed him, and the manager Erik ten Hag has gone ahead and obviously hailed this player in the press or post-match press conference that happened yesterday after the game. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I know the media is really dying on its own sword, right? Because all they wanted was to see to it that Erik ten Hag gets more bad results and he gets sacked. But he has gone ahead to prove them wrong. In the previous 6, he has gone ahead to win 5. And trust me, his team is really getting on the rhythm. And one thing that we're going to hate to obviously do is we haven't been clinical. That's the problem that has seen our season get to this ugly state. But if at all we had our forward scoring goals at the beginning of the season, trust me, everything would have been going on well. And for the 16 games, Rashford has gone ahead to play for Man United. He has gone to score only 2 goals. Can you imagine? So, Garnacho, I think he has 2 goals. Anton Martial has 2 goals. Rasmus Højlund has 5 goals and has gone ahead to score those goals in the Champions League. You know, the only positive that Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to get in his game are assists. He has 2 assists in the Champions League, and I think has like 4 assists in the Premier League. You know, 2 against, I think he has 2 assists against Nottingham Forest. There is some other assists that Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to put up for the club of Manchester United. But trust me, we are obviously back on the road. If at all you saw to it that 3 forward squad for the club of Man United, that is really very celebrant. And we have to obviously come in through and obviously do the needful. Now, the first, we thank God for the gift of life, guys. The Muslim Barakallahu Fikum. You know, I had forgotten that. But it's always very important to obviously exalt the Lord. Now, Keane on Kobbie Mainoo's performance, he said he was outstanding. He looked like a Manchester United player, nice and brave, a lot of courage. Good luck to the boy. He was remarkable. He showed a lot of courage. I loved watching him. That is it. I feel like even retrieving my tweet. I'm one of the few people who really tweeted about this guy like 1.5 years ago that remember the name. Remember the name. And this guy has gone ahead to do us justice for those who believe in him. Keane, to me, he's the best CDM that United has ever had. And he's the best captain United has ever had. As you see him as a no-nonsense man on the television or on the tele, he was a no-nonsense man into that dressing room. He built a juggernaut of Man United, and he was given the captaincy of Man United from 1997 until he left the club in 2005, meaning that he was the captain of Man United for 5 years. So even the best history that we have as a club, winning a treble in 1999, he was the captain of the club of Manchester United. That is Keane for you. So him coming out and obviously saying these words to this guy, trust me, this speaks volumes. And him being outstanding, that is Kobbie Mainoo. He looked like a Man United player. What does he mean by saying that Kobbie Mainoo looked like a United player? Do you remember his remarks when he lost to Liverpool 7-0? You know, and I think there is a time we lost to Man City and the players are not running and saying United players die fighting. You know, they die like warriors. They die on their legs. And yesterday, so to it that Kobbie Mainoo just went ahead to orchestrate that onto the field of play. And that's why he says he's a United player. A United player has to play for the badge, and obviously and obviously run and put in the effort. Nice and brave, a lot of courage. Good luck to the boy. He was remarkable. He showed a lot of courage. I loved watching him. He was not only the person who really loved watching him, but I think everybody was really in love. And I think many pundits are obviously going to come out and obviously give him the hail as if they're just going to hate to see him. But for us who have been following this guy from the academy, we knew that he would come good. Like Mason Greenwood. For us, we are watching Mason Greenwood in the academy. We knew that this guy is obviously going to come good. And now, let me warn you of another guy. Aaron. That Aaron guy, the Norwegian, is going to come and obviously do what Kobbie Mainoo does, though in the central attacking side of the midfield. There is another one called Lessie. Also look forward to that guy, because I really look at those boys and really get to know that we are obviously going to where we deserve to be. So those are the players that Man United are really having and are here to come in through and obviously put in a very huge twist in there for you. And then Gary Neville, another legend of Man United, also captain Man United, but he was at the club of Man United for like 2 decades. You know, I think he came in through in 1990 to 1993, and I think he really retired, I think in 2012, if I'm not mistaken. That is Gary Neville. Then he said the following onto Kobbie Mainoo: the biggest compliment I can pay him, and it hurts to say, is that he looked like a Manchester City player. I thought that was someone that Pep Guardiola would look at and want to have in his midfield. Obviously, Gary Neville has been spot on as he mentioned Pep Guardiola and Man City in this statement, because United is not really having players that really expose themselves on the ball like Kobbie Mainoo. That is it. But we are all seeing this because all the players that we're getting from the academy, especially in the central midfield, have failed to work out. The few that have gone ahead to put in a shift like Scott McTominay, they don't have the flair, you know. But when you look at players like Kobbie Mainoo, Hannibal, they have the flair. They have the flair, and they bring a lot to the team. So when you look at the club of Manchester United and how they're obviously bringing this guy, he's obviously great. And for me, I don't feel like it was an insult that Gary Neville related Kobbie Mainoo to a Man City player, because Manchester City is the best team in the world. And you'd love to see to it that you're having players that are being related to the best team in the world, meaning that you can now have players that can obviously fit into that team and compete with Man City at the same wavelength. And I think for me, I took it in a good heart, because comparing you to the best obviously shows that you've gone ahead to obviously do what the best are doing. So to me, never did it sound like something bad to me, but I saw a lot of positive in it, that if he's a Pep Guardiola player, then maybe Erik ten Hag is looking at such players to obviously improve the team of Manchester United and see us get to a style of play like that of Pep Guardiola, like that of Ajax, that this man used to obviously teach his team, and so Ajax play what we call total football. So we also know that Pep Guardiola wanted to sign this guy. Who doesn't know it? Pep Guardiola wanted to sign Kobbie Mainoo. He wanted to sign Kobbie Mainoo, and from the age of 14, 15, they wanted to convince their parents to that Kobbie Mainoo joins Man City. But the family of Kobbie Mainoo said no, and they kept at Man United. And finally, in January last year, they obviously signed a professional contract, the club of Man United, and it's a 5-year contract, and it's a performance-based contract. So he's pushing to get into the first starting 11 of Man United, and trust me, the future of Manchester United is really bright. And that's why obviously put in a lot of energy not to see this man sacked, that is Erik ten Hag, because when you sack him, the future of players like Kobbie Mainoo is going to be in tantrums, and I don't want to see it in the trenches. So that is Gary Neville coming out for Kobbie Mainoo and calling him a Pep Guardiola player, and it's no brainer. Just gonna hate to say that, because even right now, Man City are persuading this guy to join their club because they know how good he is, and they know that if United has players like Kobbie Mainoo, then they're obviously going to lose their supremacy in the city of Manchester. The captain of Kobbie Mainoo, that is Bruno Fernandez, has said, a great match. For me, he is the man of the match. He put in a great performance. He's comfortable with the ball and never makes a mistake. For his age, he has so much qualities. He sees things before others. So this guy really puts a foot wrong, and he doesn't pass blindly. This is why he is obviously into the Erik ten Hag team at the age of 18. And yesterday we saw to it that United had very many academy graduates into the team, but obviously, apart from Garnacho scoring that goal, I don't think that there is any other who obviously stood out on the field of play, because we had Scott McTominay, we had Rashford, Garnacho, and Marcus Rashford. You know, all those academy graduates, and it's really a very good progress for the club of Manchester United. And we wait and see how it's obviously going to pan out. But this guy not putting a ball wrong, it shows you that even in the training sessions, he doesn't put the foot wrong. And for Erik ten Hag, if you want to be a player in his system, all you have to do is simple. Don't lose the ball. Don't lose the ball. If you can keep the ball and don't pass blindly, then you will have all what it takes to obviously keep into this Erik ten Hag team. And trust me, Kobbie Mainoo is going to go places. He's going to go places, and he's the only one who's going to stop himself, like so Paul Pogba. You know, he had all the talent, but because of his character and his lifestyle, it really failed his career. That's why you should say that he's going to have to be even banned, because of having a lot of testosterone in his body. So for Kobbie Mainoo, the sky is not even the limit, because there are footsteps on the moon. So if he handles himself better, then he'll become a very good player. Then Erik ten Hag came up and really had something to say about Kobbie Mainoo. He said, I know that young players will develop very quickly by playing a lot of matches like today. We thought it was right time to play him. We prepared him like it's necessary, and he did a very good job. He has a lot of qualities. It was a very disappointing moment when he got seriously injured in pre-season for him, but also the team, because I know he has a great room for improvement. The manager really believes in him. I've always reiterated these words, that the coming in of Kobbie Mainoo with the physicality and the quality he has led to the selling of Zidane Iqbal and Charlie Savage, who were really great with the ball on their feet. They're like Kobbie Mainoo, but the problem was they never had the size and physicality of this guy. So what he did was to obviously get them out of the club, and he kept this guy, that is Kobbie Mainoo. And trust me, Ten Hag never goes wrong on young talent. And he said he'll only field a younger player onto the field of play if at all this player is obviously deserving to start. Not that he has to give them chances. They have to give themselves chances by outperforming the senior players at the club of Man United. Like you saw, Kobbie Mainoo starting ahead of Amrabat. We all know Amrabat is really a very good player. But if at all Amrabat is being benched, it shows you that Kobbie Mainoo is obviously putting in a shift that no one is obviously doubting at the club. Then Ten Hag summarized it all with this statement on Kobbie Mainoo, that we know we are in a transition. We have to develop players. Kids have to deserve it. Yeah, he has repeated it. It was painful for us when he got a bad injury in the preseason, but now he's back. He's a good boy, very mature. He showed it today. So we all saw him colliding with Jude Bellingham, and he walked off the field of play, and that marked the end of his preseason with Man United. But that collusion just helped him to obviously get off and really recover well, and is back. So I see Kobbie Mainoo and Bellingham playing together in that midfield of England in the next 2 years to come. It's not even too late for him to go to the Euros, because if he keeps on doing what he's doing right now and playing every game, trust me, he's going to go to the Euros. And if Rico Lewis has started to get into the team, trust me, there is no way Kobbie Mainoo is going to be stepped to get in that English national team, because players like Henderson are playing in Saudi Arabia and they're into that team. Calvin Phillips is being given games, yet he is not really playing for that side. So Kobbie Mainoo is going to be an early developer, and I won't be shocked if at all he's in the Euros and really plays for the side of England. So that is the sweep off the line he really did. That is Kobbie Mainoo, and it was really brilliant. And he has gone ahead and obviously put out his message onto his Instagram, and he had the following to say: first Premier League start and a big 3 points. I can't ask for much. Thanks for the supports raids. That is Kobbie Mainoo and what he has gone ahead obviously put up onto his Instagram. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Manchester United legends hailing Kobbie Mainoo with Bruno Fernandez and Erik ten Hag following them to obviously give the boy his flowers. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and see you when you see me. I'm out.